everyone, it's Meg. Welcome to a new video. Excuse the lighting first of all. It's like really sunny outside and it's a really awkward place where the sun is in my room. But I needed to film this video because I need a video going up this week. So if you cannot tell by the title, we're doing a end of summer book haul, and I did try my best to kind of not buy as many books until my birthday, which was back in July. These are basically all of the books, or at least 99% of the books that I have bought throughout this year. And I have read a reasonable amount, but obviously there's quite a few I haven't. A lot of them are manga. I'm going to kind of do this in sections as well, just because I quite like doing that. I hope you guys don't mind me doing that either. But yeah, I went a bit more ham. Apparently we're buying books this year than I thought I did. But I'm not really planning on buying any more throughout the year, but I'm really excited to talk to you guys about these books. Like I said, I have read quite a few of them and I have really enjoyed them for the most part. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I think we should start with the section for new releases, so books that have come out this year that I have pre-ordered. So I'm just going to go off the top of my list, not necessarily in terms of release order, but we have Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I have never read an Ali Hazelwood book before, and I binge read this actually. It was really easy to read. I did really enjoy it. It appealed to me because it's about swimming. I don't think I did a vlog where I was reading this. I will have done a vlogs for a couple of these books though, so I will try and remember to leave them in the description if you kind of want like more in-depth thoughts. I did enjoy this though, it was fun. I don't know if I'm going to pick up another Ali Hazelwood book, at least for the time being. Maybe she comes out with something in the future that I think I might like. I might pick it up, but this was like, you know, a fun read. It was like a solid 4 stars. Next we have 2 Laura Wood books, because you guys know this should be on here by now. First we have A Game for Scandal. Again, I do have a vlog for this along with Laura's other book, which I will talk about next. This is the 3rd instalment in the Avery series and I really enjoyed it. I think it's not my favourite, the second one is definitely my favourite, but I love this so much. I loved our main protagonist, Felicity. We'll have to bear with the lighting whilst it keeps changing. But yeah, I really enjoyed Felicity as a main character. I enjoyed the story. I just love Laura, we all know that. So like I said, you can go and check out that reading vlog if you want like more in-depth thoughts. And then Laura's other book is Let's Make a Scene. This came out beginning of July, and again I have posted a vlog for this as well, which you can check out. Again, I did enjoy this, not as much as her other adult book, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. So again, like I said, you can check that video out for more in-depth thoughts. Then we have a couple of hardback releases. So we have My Friends by Frederick Bateman. This is my first Frederick Bateman book. Just let's say absolutely adored it, really enjoyed it, loved his writing style and the characters, the story. I loved everything about this. I think this might make it onto my favourite books of 2025. But yeah, I absolutely adored this. I did annotate it a bit as well, and because I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so I will definitely be keeping my eye out for more Frederick Bateman books. None of his other books really interest me at the moment, but I will definitely look out for like his future releases. How to Lose a Lord in 10 Days by Sophie Irwin. This is probably my most recent anticipated release. This came out in August, I believe, and I really enjoyed Sophie Irwin. Her first book was fun. I think The Lady's Guide to Fortune, Lady's Guide to Scandal, her second book, I absolutely adored. I listened to the audiobook. It was so much fun. So I think I'm going to go the audiobook route for this, and I'm assuming it's like a play on the How to Lose a Guys in 10 Days film, which I haven't watched. I don't really know much about the film, but I'm assuming it's kind of like similar vibes. So I'm intrigued to see what I think of this, and I really hope I love it just as much as I loved her second book. Then lastly, for new releases, we have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. And I know this is many people's anticipated release. This came out in, I think this came out in August as well. I can't quite remember when this came out, but I'm saving it for like autumn, so maybe like October time. I feel like it's going to be when I'm going to read this. I have read Addie LaRue before. I liked it. I wasn't a huge fan. I think it was like a solid 3 stars. But I'm looking forward to reading this. I decided to because the blurb when she released it, that she was writing another book, it sold me because it is part of a poem and it just enticed me. I think it's about like vampires and it's like multi-generational or multi-timeline, something like that. So it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I definitely want to give it a go and see what I think. Next I have a couple of special editions. They're mainly Fairy Loot, but I do have one which is from the Works, and that's just another copy of Let's Make a Scene by Laura Wood. The Works have been doing loads of like sprayed edged books for the summer. I don't know whether I want to get any more, we'll see, but I got this because of the spine, which is really fun. I'm not going to read this copy, like I said, I've already read this book and annotated it. I just wanted to get this book, support Laura, and all that sort of thing. Then the last 4 books I have are all editions from Fairy Loot. So we have Heartstopper Volume 5. I love collecting these editions. There are a lot of like versions of Heartstopper books around, like special editions, but I'm really interested in collecting these. So it's like hardback, it has foiling, and they have all different colours, and then it's like an orange spine, and then under the dust jacket we have the end papers. And then there's always like a Nick and Charlie like foily moment as well, and I think this is also signed, and this is also signed by Alice as well. I don't have all of my copies aren't signed. I think from maybe like volume 3 I have signed copies, but like I said, love this series, love supporting Alice, so had to get it. Then I have Kiki's Delivery Service by Iko Kodono, and I have read this again. I do have a vlog for it if you want to go check it out. I will try my best to leave them all in the description. But I love Kiki. I think you guys should know by now I'm a big Studio Ghibli fan, so it's great being able to like read the works that inspired the films. So I read this book, I did really enjoy it, but this is so beautiful. So it has like foiling on it, and there's the back. It has a beautiful spine, and then we have under the dust jacket, so there's end papers which are clouds, and then the back is really beautiful. It is a nighttime scene of Kiki looking over her town. It's just a really stunning edition, and like I said, it was a lot of fun being able to read the original story of Kiki, especially as I like enjoy the film so much. So there is that. And then we have the 2 books or sequels to Howl's Moving Castle. So we have Castle in the Air and House of Many Ways. I wasn't originally going to read these, but since Fairy Loot brought out the special editions, I thought I might as well get them to complete the set, because I do have the Howl's Moving Castle Fairy Loot edition. So I wanted to finish it off. So these are beautiful. So this is the cover of Castle in the Air, and then it has a beautiful sprayed edges. I think with all of these they're like cloud end papers, and then there's like a foiled like castle on the front, which is super fun. I almost forgot that these have reversible dust jackets as well. So this is the reversible dust jacket. It is really beautiful. I think these editions are so stunning. I'm looking forward, they are on my shelves. I haven't got my Howl one together with it, but I will have to display them at some point. And then we have House of Many Ways. I really love the colour selection for this. So beautiful. And then again we have a beautiful sprayed edge. Then we have, it's not foiled this time, we just have like the house, which is in the book. And then again we have the reversible dust jacket, which is here as well, which is also really, really beautiful. And I believe that Sophie and Hal do make an appearance in this book, so this is the 3rd book in the series. So I am intrigued. I don't know when I'm going to read these, but I will definitely get to them at some point, because I would like to kind of see where like the links are and all that sort of thing for this series. But yeah, these are super fun. I'm really glad to kind of have them in my collection. So I'm going to go on to the manga section now. Sorry about the lighting, it is driving me slightly insane. But I have a couple of series that I have purchased, and then some like singular books or books that are in series or volumes I guess in series that I haven't or I've only just started reading. So I have the Skip and Loafer series. I watched the anime for this earlier this year and I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun, so I wanted to read the manga I've only read volume 1, but it was 5 stars, loved it. Probably one of my favourite reads of this year as well. So I'm going to read the rest of the series at some point this year. Not sure when. I'm like trying to decide which series I want to like finish first. But I really, really enjoyed the anime, like I said, so I'm really looking forward to kind of reading the manga and seeing where I get up to. There is volume 11, or has recently been released, but it's only in Japanese at the moment, so I will definitely be looking out for that once it's been translated into English. Then we have the Cherry Magic series, and I, again, watched the anime, I think at the end of last year, maybe. I absolutely adored it. It's so sweet. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but it was really sweet, really wholesome. So I am like over halfway through the series. I've read up to volume 10, and then I bought the last 4 volumes that are currently out. Volume 14 came out maybe like last month or something, maybe like July, August time. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to finishing this. This is one that I'm definitely going to finish soon, within the next like couple of months maybe. But yeah, I absolutely adored it. It's really sweet, cute romance there. Definitely took me by surprise. I'm really glad that I enjoyed it. And then I have a couple of other volumes that are either parts of series or standalones. So we have Soulmate Volume 1. This is like a companion series to Community Doke, which is probably my favourite manga series that I have read so far. And this follows Kurumi in college, and Sawako as well. And it's about like Kurumi and her own romance, and I am actually currently reading this. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes, and I am enjoying it very much so far. Next we have Twilight Out of Focus Volume 2. I read the first one, really enjoyed it. I watched the anime. I really enjoyed the anime as well. So obviously, like I said, it tends to be a theme that I watch the anime and then pick up the manga. But I'm really looking forward to this one because this was like my favourite like mini story kind of in the series, I guess. I really liked the couple. I think they were really cute together. I just really liked the story. So again, this is one I'm probably going to pick up quite soon. Then we have Blue Period Volume 2. This is again one I am going to pick up quite soon. I again watched the anime the other year, loved it. I have read Volume 1, I did enjoy it. It's quite dense, but I don't mind that too much because it does give you a lot of information about art, which is quite insightful. So I'm looking forward to continue with this. I think this is going to go on my autumn TBR. It just kind of gives that vibe. I don't know why, it just does. Then we have Is Love the Answer, and I was so excited when I found out this existed. This is all I know about this manga is that it is about our main character, and I think she is asexual and aromantic, I believe. But I've never really come across like manga so far at any rate with ace representation, so I'm really excited to read this and see what I think. I hope I love it, and I believe this author also has another one kind of along with similar themes, so I might have to check that out after I've read this. So I'll quickly go through some like non-fiction books that I've got. So first one is actually a cookbook that I got for my birthday, which is Ellie's Plate by Ellie Smart. I follow Ellie on Instagram. I love her recipes. I use them quite a lot, so I got this for my birthday. So I'm really looking forward to kind of leafing through this and trying recipes. I've only tried one recipe from it so far, but I definitely plan on like working my way through it slowly. And if you are like a vegetarian, vegan, plant-based person, I do recommend checking her out on Instagram. She has some really great recipes, and I have made quite a few of them several times, and I really love it. Next we have Floriography by Jessica Rue. This is a dictionary for the Victorian language of flowers, which is something I'm really interested in. I've read a couple of books with the language of flowers used in it, and I think it's a really beautiful kind of way of communication. So I bought this when kind of back in the spring, but it is so beautiful. So it has like lots of different flowers and plants and their meanings behind them, and how they can be used, and like their origins and what they can be paired with. I just think it's really interesting, and I have read a reasonable amount of this, so I definitely want to continue reading it. Next we have Tarot by Tina Gong, and as you can probably tell, this is a tarot book. I recently bought myself some tarot cards earlier in the summer, and it does come with a book, but I wanted a book that has more in-depth information. So I got this. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying learning more about tarot. The illustrations are cool. I like the layout of it as well. It's, you know, super fun. And then the last non-fiction book I have is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and I've been eyeing up this book for years. Literally the longest time. It's something that a lot of people that I follow have read or live by, and I finally decided to just get it. I got this in my birthday book haul. I will leave my birthday vlog again in the description if you want to go and check that out, because I do some book shopping there. But yeah, it's time. It's time for me to go on my like creative spiritual journey. So I haven't actually started reading this. I've read like the introduction, but that's about it. So I'm really looking forward to reading this and kind of seeing what happens and what crops up from me reading this book. I think it's going to be really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I have a couple of poetry books. So first we have Plum by Holly McNeish. And I've been wanting to read this book for about 10 years, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It's one of those books where I've always wanted it, I've just never bought it. I've always bought other books instead, but I finally went for it, and I really loved, well, I say I really loved it, I haven't actually read it yet, but I've read a few bits from Holly, like Lobster, which I am like halfway through, and I've really been enjoying it. So I'm really looking forward to reading this and seeing what I think. Next I have A Night Sky with Exit Wounds by Ocean Vuong. I have heard nothing but good things about Ocean Vuong, and I thought it was about time that I got one of his collections, and I believe this is his debut, I think. So I'm looking forward to see what I think. I think if I like this I might attempt to pick up one of his novels. But yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what I think, because like I said, loads of good things I have heard, so we will see what I think. Then I have two collections by Wendy Cope. So first we have The Orange, and this was my introduction to Wendy Cope because I've always wanted to read something by her, and I thought this was like a great place to start because it's really short, has lots of little poems. Like to say, really enjoyed this. It was so much fun. So I decided to get another collection, which is If I Don't Know. I'm currently about halfway through this. I started reading it on holiday and then just didn't pick it up again. But I'm really enjoying it. I think her poems are rather simplistic, but I like that. It's very much about like the little dailiness of life, like the little pockets of normality that we often tend to overlook. She talks about in her poems, and I really love that. So I'm really looking forward to like finishing reading this and then maybe picking more of her collections up in the future. Okay guys, we're on to the last pile now. These are just like random books that I have picked up. They're not really in any category, I just kind of bought them or they've been gifted to me. So the one that I was gifted is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I was gifted this by my friend for my birthday. This is the Cranford edition. I think she probably got it from TK Maxx, but it's so pretty. And I do have an edition of Little Women already. It's the one like the book from the film that Joe writes. I have read Little Women, I did enjoy it. I do prefer the film slightly more, but I do definitely enjoy the book. But it's always nice to have like a beautiful edition to add to my classic shelf. Next we have Sweet Bean Paste by Dorian Sukigawa. I'm hoping that's how I pronounce it correctly, sorry if it's not. But I've had my eye on this for a while. I saw Cups and Thoughts, I believe that's the name of her YouTube channel, talking about this book. I think she read it and she really enjoyed it. She was reading it in a vlog and it just appealed to me, and I want to get into more translated fiction, and this is translated from Japanese. So I'm just really intrigued. This is mainly off watching that video of it being read, but I'm really intrigued. I don't know when I'm going to read this. It seems like a spring read purely because of the cover. But I don't know, we'll see. But I definitely am really excited to get into this and see what I think. Next we have two books that I got by E.M. Forster, and I have been meaning to read something by E.M. Forster for the longest time. Literally, again, he's an author I've been putting off reading for whatever reason, even though I've really wanted to read some of his books. So I finally got some for my birthday. So I got Room with a View, which is the one I wanted to read the most. and I don't know much about this. I know there's a film. I feel like I will like this. We will see. I don't really know, but it's not very long, and I know a lot of people love the story, so I'm intrigued. I will report back once I've finished it. And then I also have Enquiries, and I think this is a slightly more recent publication. I did want to have matching copies, but unfortunately Enquiries, there isn't like an edition of Enquiries in the Penguin English Library yet, at any rate. But I have this really beautiful hardback edition. And I don't know much about this. I believe it's a gay, like, coming of age story, written much before its time. I believe this was published after Ian Foster passed away, because he didn't feel like this book was meant to be released during his lifetime. So I'm really intrigued to see what I think. I would like to think I'm going to enjoy it, and I think this is the one I'm going to go to first out of like both of the books of his that I bought. So I'm really looking forward to reading his works and seeing what I think. So I got a couple of books from the bookshelf that we have at work. So the first one of those is Self-Portrait with a Boy by Rachel Loyne, and I've never heard of this book before, but it sounds really interesting. I believe it's about a photographer and she's struggling to make ends meet. I think it's set in New York, and then one day she accidentally captures the death of her neighbour's son falling from their building in a photo, and then I think it's about moral compromises we make in the names of art and success. So I think it's about her, like, it's one of the best photos she's ever taken, but obviously it also captures something very tragic by somebody who obviously is living in close proximity next to her. So it's all that morality sort of thing tied in with success. So it sounds really interesting. Never heard of it before. Let me know if you have read this or heard of it. Let me know what you think, because I am very much intrigued. Then the other book that I found on the bookshelf is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, and this is a book I know very well in the factor that I know a lot of people love this. There was a lot of hype around it when it first came out, but I was never drawn to it, but I decided to pick it up whilst it was on the bookshelf. I read it a couple of months ago and I absolutely loved it. It was so fun. It was so wholesome and sweet and joyful. I just adored it. This is, again, one of my favourite books of the year, and there is a sequel which is out, and the paperback comes out this September, so I'm going to pre-order the paperback. I think it's called Somewhere Beyond the Sea, the sequel. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was so wonderful. It was exactly the kind of book I needed as well when I read it, which is so wonderful. And then the last book on this list, we are here finally, is Mongrel by Hanako Footman. And I've wanted to read this book for a while, but I wanted to wait till the paperback came out back in February. And then I read it a couple of months ago and I did very much enjoy it as well. I don't think there was a vlog when I was reading this, I don't think so. But yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed the writing style and the characters. There was a lot to like about this, and a lot of like important commentary and all that sort of thing. It was a really fun read. So I don't think Hanako Footman has anything else out at the moment. I will have to check out her, or keep an eye out for like any of her future works, but I did really enjoy it. So we are finally at the end of this video. I feel like I've done quite well, all things considered. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with this light. Sun and cloud is never ideal for filming, but like I said, I need a video to go up this week. So we just have to deal, you know? Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books. Which ones do you think I should prioritise out of the ones that I haven't read so far? I am really looking forward to reading all of these, and I'm definitely not really going to be behind any books for the rest of the year, so you might not see another book haul from me until maybe the beginning of next year. We will see. I think I'm only planning on like pre-ordering maybe 2 books and then maybe buying the rest of the Soulmate series, manga series, which is only 2 books. So I'm more concentrating on like reading the books I currently have before my TBR cart gets a bit too overwhelming, you know? If you got to the end of this video and you do not know what to comment, please comment a stack of books and a sun emoji, because this is like an end of summer book haul. I'm filming this at the beginning of September and I am refusing to let the idea of autumn happen yet. I want to like grasp onto summer for a little longer, even though everybody else is like ready for fall. I just want summer to stay for just that bit longer. I guess it helps that the sun is out today. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I will leave the links to my social media along my Goodreads in the description down below for you guys if you would like to see more bookish content that you will not find on this channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you again very soon. Bye guys!